are here with IFBB Pro Classic Physique, Henri. Henri, how are you?
How are you guys? Nice to meet you. Everything go?
Good to see you. So you're based out of Montreal?
Yes, out of Montreal, real city.
Yeah. How is it out in Montreal?
Right now, as you know, you guys are based in Vancouver, I believe. So you don't have the cold weather that we have here, but it's getting cold. The winter's coming.
Nice.
Just came back up for the Olympia. The summer season was really cool, but it's a little chilly down here in Montreal right now.
Nice. So you just came off of, for people that don't know, you just went into the Olympia. You came off with 4th place. A lot of people are talking. The industry's talking. It's probably the biggest thing that's happened in the industry. How does it feel?
It's an incredible feeling. I prepped so hard for this show, but let me just maybe a bit before put you up to what was the first objective was just to participate in a classic physique. For people that don't know difference between classic physique and bodybuilding, the classic physique are a new division that came in 2 years ago, which is more about mainstream look type of physique. So for people that don't know, there's a weight limit per height. So my weight limit was 240 pounds, which wasn't too far from my weight stage on the bodybuilding scene in the open. So so for me, doing the classic was just to do good, and first of all, it was also to try to get the weight good also as well, So and the transition was kind of hard because my off-season weight was pretty high. I was in about like a 280, 270, and then we had to cut it up to 240 for the stage. Wow. So the prep was really, really crazy. 2 hours cardio a day, strict dieting. It was pretty difficult. So I did my first show in Vancouver. Actually, you guys placed out there. I placed 4th. And then we were up 3 weeks after to Tampa Pro. And Tampa, I won the show in Tampa Pro. So that was for me a big accomplishment that I did this year. And going from there, winning the Tampa Pro, I earned my qualification for Mr. Olympia.
Wow. So you've had quite the run. So are you going to pursue the physique and bodybuilding, or are you just going to stick to the physique?
This is actually the big question for me right now. Because, going to the Olympia, there's always a little fluctuation in my height, and this is what causing me a bit of a trouble competing in the classique. Because the more shredded you get, the more fat you burn, and for people that don't know, you have a little solid fat under your feet, and also when you get really, really, really shredded, when you have no more fat in your body almost, well, you're getting shorter, So I was so dry, so ripped at the Olympia weigh-in that my height went under 6'1". Wow. That was a big problem for me, because at 6'1" and less, I'm supposed to weigh 230 pounds, no more 240 pounds. So thank God we planned it a bit. I suffered a lot. I had to lose 2.5 pounds in 25 minutes at the weigh-in, which is a big task for people who want to try to do this. I challenge you, 2.5 pounds in 25 minutes. Okay, I won't tell you the trick, but whatever you want to do, try to do it. Wow. So I did it. I did the weight. I was finally weighing in at the 230 pounds. So for me, it's a weight that I wouldn't expect to be at any time in my career so far as a pro. And finally, I did it. I competed and I finished 4th, and for me it was huge. First year in Olympia, first call out, 4th place, the big night show. It was literally a dream coming true for me.
Wow. So what are you taking some time off before you hit another show? Tell us about your schedule, what that looks like.
Yeah, usually I'm someone who's really about the needs, and someone who's really who pursued a lot of philosophy. Listen to your body. If you feel that you need to get some rest, if you feel that you need to put the bodybuilding aside for a little while and get better, and then just to revalidate yourself and just to enjoy a good time and enjoying life with your loved ones, this is what you should do. So in my book, me personally, what I do, I usually compete around from January. I'm starting to get ready till September. and I usually take 2-3 months off. So for me right now, we're we're mid-October right now. I'm probably gonna be off till the month of January, and then I'm gonna start back prepping for the show in January, and I'm planning to do shows around month of May, June, and then of course going back to the Olympia. I could just do the Olympia because I got qualified for it, being in the top four of the competition. But for me, I love to compete, and for me, being a competitor, it's not about just doing one show a year. I usually do 2 to 3 to 4 shows every year, so that'll be same thing for next year. I'm gonna get some good rest right now, taking some off season, and then getting ready month of January. Probably first show would be, I would love to maybe, like I said, I don't want to make it official, but we're talking about maybe New York Pro in May.
Wow. So right now you're taking some time off. You're going to come back, and what's the body? What are you feeling like? How's the mind? Are you in, like, tell us a little bit about that. Have you taken a little bit? Has it taken a toll on you?
This year, especially, yes, terribly, I would say. Like I was telling you a bit before, my preparation for the first show was so hard, so demanding. Going to the gym on an empty stomach, I was doing an hour cardio, and then getting my first meal in, doing my couple of first clients, and then at 11:30 noon, I have a second meal, and then after my second meal, I was doing my regular workout for another hour, my weight workout. Then this, and then I had my shake, and then after that, 2-3 meals, and before my last meal at night, I was doing another hour of cardio.
Wow.
So and I did that stretch, that schedule for I would say a good month and a half, 2 months. That was very demanding for my body. I'm the type of guy who's usually doing an hour cardio max per day, if needed, and then doing that special workout for more than a month was really demanding on body, and I felt it, going to my first show. And after that, it was to maintain that weight. So the diet, the calories were really low all year round, and my body suffered for it. It suffered so much that if you would believe me, because most of the people don't believe me when I say that, I gained in 10 days after the Olympia, just not abusing of food, just eating like, a regular off-season diet. We're talking about, maybe 4 to 5,000 calories a day. I jump up to 290 pounds in 10 days. You remember I told you 230 versus 290. We're at 60 pounds extra in 10 days. So, it's my body really, really needed that hydration, those carbs, and I really sucked it all in. And that's a sign that, you need to give your body what it needs, give it some rest. And when I'm saying giving some rest, I'm not talking about not training. I'm just talking about, not abusing of the diet. Give your body what it needs, train regularly, sleep, eat, train, but, no abuse, and no force with your body. Just, trying to relax. And also, like I said, for your mind, you were talking about the state of mind. At that point, when we're dieting for a show, we were stressed. We're very nervous. You don't even know if you're going to win. You don't know if you're going to make the weight being in a classic physique. So relax your mind as well. Enjoy life. And this is, for me, the most important thing right now.
How do you get yourself to perform? Like when you don't want, like your mind is going a million miles a minute, you're tired, you're exhausted. Do you have any tips for the people that are watching this that are probably saying like, oh, Henry, what do I do? How do you perform, Henry? How do you get yourself to wind down, to relax, or to when you don't want to go do that cardio? What do you do?
I think to perform well, as much as bodybuilding does as anything else in life, you need to find a source of motivation. And my source of motivation is always to see where I'm coming from to where I'm going. All right. So for people that want a little tip, think about something that you're going to earn in the future. Think about something that you dream all your life. Think about something that, for so many years you want to go get, so many years you want to go buy, and then keep that objective in mind. And each minute, each second of your day, when you're saying, oh, I don't want to do this, I can do it, remember that thought. What do I really want? Why do I really do this? Me, myself, this year was Olympia. I'm switching to Classique for a good reason. I think I can go get the Olympia. I can go to place. So I had that in mind. So I was thinking age. Also, at one point, believe it or not, I was each steps I was doing on Stairmaster at night. I was really saying I was doing this because I want to be first. I'm doing this because I want to be Brian. I'm doing this because I want to be Bumstead. I'm doing this because I want to be the best. I'm doing this because I want to be the most shredded guy on stage. And at that point, when you have that motivation and you have that in your mind, nothing can stop you going to get your real goal. So I perform each time, giving myself goals like that.
What's the strategy in terms of you doing shows and not just doing the Olympia? I mean, if I'm your coach, and I'm in your corner, why do these shows? What's the goal? Give us the game plan?
Well, it's a very good question actually. That there's two sides a bit to that to the answer as well. Because I'm going to go with the first side, which would be not the easiest, but which would be also one logical one, just to go with the Olympia. So let's say we're not doing any shows, we're just focusing on the Olympia. I'm the type of guy who needs a little warm up before. I need to put myself in the mood, in the beat of competing. Just doing one show for me will be too much of a do or die for me. Saying, I don't think it would be the good strategy for me to do that, because I love to compete, and I love to be in the beat, in the rhythm also of the season, the competition. So for me, doing just that Olympia show wouldn't be right for my mind and my preparation, personally. Now, doing other shows, why? Also, as bodybuilding, there's a lot to do with the physique. There's a lot to do with your straight preparation, your straight showing on stage, but also there's a lot of political, movement behind that. You present yourself as the bodybuilder, but who's this guy in the field of the bodybuilding? Who's this guy for the image of bodybuilding? And this is where I think and I believe that as a bodybuilder, you need to have both sides, not only the stage, not only being the best and get out of there, grab your money and go. You need to be a great ambassador for the sport. And at that point, for me, just to do one show going back there wouldn't be right for me. So by doing shows, 2-3 shows before, I keep showing people that I do this because I love the sport. I do this because I don't need just to pretend that I'm an Olympian. Because we're all competitors, The guy that finished last in the Olympia is as good as me. Why I'm fourth? Why he's last? It's because at the end there's something he did wrong that I did right. It could be a really short-term twitch that you missed, and then boom, everything changes. So that could also happen if you decide just to go to Olympia and you just try to do something new. Speaking of that, also doing a lot of shows allows you to try new strategy, to try new ways of carving up, to try new things about the workout, to improve also. So for me, I need to do more shows. I need to show myself. I need to show my presence in the field, and make also a stage presence that will be here for now, for next year, and the year after, all year round, not only one show. So it's important for me to be around and to show that I love bodybuilding for the right reason.
Well, you definitely are an amazing ambassador. I mean, working with you over the years, you live and die and breathe this sport. If there's nobody in this industry, and I sincerely mean that, who is more passionate about the sport, and, you're an amazing role model. Like, honestly, like the amount of posts, and, you always go in the extra mile for the brand, and we really appreciate that. I wanted to talk to you, though, about your diet, the way you package that you brought. What are you looking to improve at this next show? Like, what are you hoping to really change up, going forward?
Actually, it's always been one of my weak points, but physically, I want to improve a lot of my lower body. I want to improve a bit over my legs development. They're getting really good. If I look back at the pictures and the videos, I've seen that, my separation in my lower body, especially my rear, my knees, butt and all that, very, very defined. I have nothing to say about that conditioning wise, but size wise and insertion wise, and also about the density of the muscles. I want to go get something that it's something that nobody's seen so far on stage in a classic physique division. Because I used to compete in the open. In the open, I mean, see guys, for example, not anybody, but Sean Roden just won the Olympia this year. It's funny because we have the same coach, Chris Aceto, and all week, well, all from Tuesday till the show at the Olympia in Las Vegas, we're all together posing for Chris. And Sean used to pose after me, and I was always astonished and blown away by the quality of his quads and the insertion and the waves and the way that the density was coming in. So for me, this year, it's really about improving that first, bit of my lower body conditioning with maintaining the same conditioning at the end, physically, training-wise. Nutrition-wise, I think we did a good job. Like I said, I'm working with Chris Aceto for my food, and we're doing a great job. I give him, all my trust when it comes to dieting, when it comes to actually trying new things. Chris is very conservative when it comes to dieting, so we're not doing drastic changes in the diet. Whatever works for the past 3 years. So we're still going to go with the same run food-wise. But I think this year we're gonna try, and like I said, the importance of doing other shows also to make sure that you're gonna get your best at the Olympia. Trying other stuff in the previous contest is to carbon up a bit more. I think, in my eyes, in my opinion, switching also from open to classic, I find myself a bit too thin and a bit too not too flat, but a bit too small when I see myself on stage. So we're going to try and maybe work that out with, carbon up a bit more at the end in the early shows, and we'll see how it's going to go. But for the rest, it's mostly going to be the same for the food. But physically wise, like I said, lower body, I'm going to give myself a big improvement training this winter with my legs.
What supplements are you using, when you're bulking, when you're cutting? Just give us a little insight on that.
Okay, well, actually, it's cool that you're talking about this because they're all here. Well, first of all, what I really liked when I was in prep, I really like to do a little combination in the morning. I have the Nutrabolics every morning. I have my 7 caps at my meal one, and that really changed a lot of things for me. It gave me a lot of energy, and also I felt a big change also in my mood all day. Before, I used to be a bit more sluggish, and if I was waking up, coming to the gym, since I switched to Vitabolic, I have more energy, and I really like that. And that was really helpful towards the end of my prep when you're really down, the calories were low. I really like to combine that with my Semtex here, also the fiber burning that we have. Okay, so these two were one of the most used stacks that I did in my prep going to the Olympia. I also, every workout, and that's for me, it's a must, especially when I'm lowering down my calories, especially my carbs. Supernova by Nutra. I mean, everybody knows that workout now. It's in trend. Everybody loves it. The candy blast flavor is incredibly good. We also have a grape flavor that's good. These were the main supplements that I used to count on every day. Also, like you say, I always have the Hydro Pure for my protein shake. You always use the anabolic state for the BCAAs. This is every day. This is also another thing you put out, because a lot are asking me about supplement, about stack, but they forget that this is the base. It's not only about that. The food has a lot to do with the shape, your training as well. But every day you need to have your basics, which mean your BCAAs while you train, anabolic state, your protein post-workout, or even, in your day. Hydro Pure, we have Isobolic also, it's a blend for people that want to shake maybe before bed. Isobolics also a very, very good solution to that. And and post-workout also, I love to combine that also with a little touch of anabolic state in my shake, give it this delicious taste, and also still the recovery and the repairs are more amplified like that. So in season, this is my stack.
Nice.
Off season, what I usually do, pretty much same thing. I usually put back with a Semtex, and I really focus on my multivitamin, My Supernova is still in, and I do my Hydro Pure protein also as a shake. But these three, and especially the Hydro Pure for people that are looking for a very, very good quality blending, incredibly good protein. I strongly suggest to try them. My favorite flavor for a Hydro Pure is chocolate flavor.
Nice, nice. Did you have anything that you wanted to talk about before we wrap up today, Henry? Is there anything you wanted to go over or ask us?
Well, actually, I wanted to ask you a little, maybe a little update, a little scoop, because I heard there's a little movement in Nutrabolics going on right now, and I heard you guys might coming out with something that's really popular, something that there are lots of people want to hear, want to know, and want to taste, especially if you have anything in hand. How about a little protein bar? Is it going to come out, or what's going on with that?
We just came from a meeting. Actually, we are coming out with a protein bar. It's looking like just around New Year's release, around January-ish, we're hoping for. It's going to taste amazing, okay? Protein and oats, high protein. It's like real food, and it is unbelievable. We probably had 300 samples here. I'm not even joking you. Like, this has been going on for the last 18 months, and we are now at the point where, we're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to rock and roll. And I think that, the whole industry is going to be shaken up by this bar. Honest to God, like, it is groundbreaking. And the quality, and Gray is so anal with the ingredients and the quality, and he's been manning this up with Rodney. The two of them have been on this for the last 18 months. So we're pretty excited. Come January-ish, we're going to drop the bar, and it's going to be big. Yeah, I think people should be excited because, Nutrabolics having a protein bar is a big deal. So yeah, we're gonna drop, I think, about 2 flavors, maybe even 3. But we haven't solidified the exact flavors yet, but we're close because we've had a lot of different samples here, so we're narrowing it down based on feedback.
Wow, well, I'm really great to hear about that because it's a bit demand. A lot of people would ask me also about protein bar and all that. I heard from the source that it might come out, so I'm really glad that you confirmed that. Also, speaking of Nutrabolics, you came out also with a fantastic book, The Barracuda.
Yeah.
It was kind of the history of your success. Also, we had a super nice post of Rodney yesterday who was showing where it all started. Also, you guys all started brainstorm the company and all that. And actually, I want to either congratulate you and want to know when or if there's anything special for that 17th anniversary of Nutrabolics this year. Is that right? Is it coming soon?
What? 16-year anniversary, actually. 16 years. 16 years. And we're going to be we're going to be announcing, we're going to be giving away 16 prizes. We're going to be doing it on the live feed. And we wanted to kind of give back to some of the fans. So we're going to be announcing that any day now. And yeah, I mean, we started in my parents' games room. For people who don't know that, that was the official Nutrabolics HQ for the first 2 years, me and Rodney. Yeah. And I'm getting ready to launch to touch upon the Barracuda. The Barracuda book is coming out 2019, trying to lock down a date. I got a few publishers interested in the book. So we're just seeing who kind of comes to the table with the best offer, and then we're going to drop the Barracuda book and we're going to start hammering it home. And that's sort of 2019 is going to be a big year for us. Lots of stuff happening.
You see, that's all beneficial for us athletes and, all the fans and people that are, all the Nutri family. The thing, this is a proof that we're in the good both right now with all you guys. And I'm really, really glad to be part of that journey. Yeah.
Oh, we're glad to have you, Henry. Hey, listen, thank you so much for joining us on Perform. We really appreciate it, man.
My pleasure, Jason. If there's anything else, I'm here. I'm free.
All right.
And if you guys have any inquiries about also a question about my training, my workout, my supplements, you can also reach me on my Instagram, Henri-Pierre Ano, the Master Class. IFBB Pro, always there for you guys.
Perfect. Take care, man. Thanks a lot.
Take care, Jay. Thank you.